Hi everyone, my name is Brian and I'm the 3D print creator. In this episode I'm going to tell you about a conference where I've been and where they showed me some real brand new technology that can be used in, well, consumer 3D printers in maybe the next coming year or 2 years. So have you ever heard about 3D M.I.D printing? This is a way of printing I didn't hear of any earlier, and it's a great way of printing, and I'll tell you why, because I wasn't allowed to film inside. And I'm going to tell you everything about it, but I can't show you the technique because, well, I wasn't allowed to film. So 3D printing normally is that you have an STL file, and this file is brought to a printer, and then there are several techniques that can be used to print. One of these techniques makes conductive parts, like for example metal, and they can be printed with really expensive laser sinter printers. And then they can create some metal parts. Also, there are some conductive filaments that you can use in normal FDM printers. But this company has a totally different approach. What they do is they create your part, then after they finished your part, they put some copper on top of it, and then they use a laser to burn away the copper where it's not needed. Which leaves you with only the part, which is a PCB on itself. So for example, they showed a drone which had no wires inside, no PCBs inside, because the shell of the drone was the PCB. So what they do is they print the shell, then the copper is brought in place, then they laser it, so there is only a PCB left, but it's a 3D molded PCB. And then this same printer has a pick and place machine that picks up your electronic components and places them on this PCB, but in this three-dimensional space. And this was really nice to see, because they could even make multi-layer PCBs, which really actually worked. And they made a drone which had no wires inside, and all the components were in the shell of this drone. So the only two wires there were the wires coming from the battery they used, and this was the only wires inside of this drone. And it actually it worked. The drone was flown there. So this was very nice to see, and it's a new way of printing at this moment only for very expensive printers. But the guys of this company also told that some new printers will be made that can do this on a small scale. And these printers will be there in the consumer market in maybe 1 or 2 years. So in the next coming years you will see that some 3D printer manufacturers will really give you the possibility to create your own parts that are really functional. Also when it talks about electricity, when you want to make printed circuit boards with your printer. I think this is great news, because then we can start talking about real functionality. So this is it for this week's episode. I want to thank a few people who already donated on my channel. Their names will be in the list down below if they gave their names. Some other people, well, they give a private donation, and I don't know who these people are. Thank you very much for this donation. It helps me with this channel. Also, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you really like this channel, then subscribe to it. And well, if you can, buy me a cold drink. And with your money for a cold drink, I can spend my money on new filaments, new camera gear, new lighting setups, all that kind of things, which really cost a lot of money to create a channel like this. So thanks again for watching, and I will see you next week when there is a next episode of the 3D Print Creator. Bye bye!